Hey everybody, it's Preston here, aka Godzilla Hawk, and I've decided to do something a little different. With WrestleMania 36 coming up next weekend, starting on Saturday. Yes, it will be a 2-day event in an empty arena at the Performance Center for a majority of it, and it's already been taped. Unfortunately, that's what happens when a virus breaks out. And people are stupid, don't know how to contain it properly. But it is what it is. But I figure I'd do something a little different that I haven't really done ever. I want to do a list of my favorite WrestleMania matches leading up to WrestleMania 36 on Saturday. So there will not be a live reactions for WrestleMania. For WrestleMania 36. And there will be a review though. I'm probably going to do 2 separate reviews. I'll do my thoughts on night 1 and night 2. But my goal is to do my top 15 favorite WrestleMania matches. From now moving forward until hopefully either before or on Saturday of next weekend. So that means sometimes you'll give one of these videos up. In one day you might get 2 or 3 videos a day. But I want to try to crank this thing out as much as I can. Figure I'd get started right away. So, number 15 on my personal top 15 favorite WrestleMania matches. Now, keep in mind, this is just a personal opinion. This is not factual fact. This is not me going to say, "Oh, these are the best WrestleMania matches. If you don't, you're a loser." Like, no, this is my own personal list. You can have your own list, but every day I will release a new video of my next ranking. So I'll do number 15, and every day / every week you'll be getting a new video, and you'll see a rank higher until we get to rank number 1. My favorite WrestleMania matches. But that being said, let's go ahead and start off. On the first, number 15 on my favorite WrestleMania matches of all time, the countdown. Starting off from WrestleMania 17, which most people consider the greatest WrestleMania of all time. I disagree, but that's a different topic. By WrestleMania 17, we had Shane McMahon versus Vince McMahon in a street fight. Some people might not even put this on their list, and if they do, it'll probably be more like top 30, maybe 40. But I just love this match. I just loved it. And, people put The Rock and Stone Cold and Triple H and Undertaker, which, spoiler, none of those matches are on this list. So I'm just warning you right now. I'm warning you right now. Some of those matches are not going to be on the list. In terms of like the Golden Era matches, too, like Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, none of those are going to be on here. Okay? These are the ones I've seen. Okay? And this is my own personal list, like I said. But number 15 was Vince McMahon versus Shane McMahon from WrestleMania 17. Vince at this point was as a game of being just the evil bastard that he is. He filed a divorce with Linda, storyline-wise, and put Linda McMahon in basically a comatose state where she just sat in the chair, her eyes were open, but she just sat in the chair, didn't move. And while she was like that, like pretty much a vegetable, Vince McMahon would come around, bring her out to the stage, and make out with Trish Stratus right in front of her. And Shane didn't like this. He thought it was disrespectful to his mother. And he went to vouch for her. He challenged Vince to a street fight at WrestleMania, which Vince accepted. And this led to the Go Home episode Raw, where WCW went under and Vince bought the competition. He bought WCW, and they had Shane McMahon being the one to buy WCW storyline-wise. And that was basically the start of the invasion. And turned one of the more memorable moments in Monday Night Raw history. Mick Foley as the special guest referee. Yes, the WCW guys, in the skyboxes watching this match, supporting Shane, which you could tell, like, they were so bored out of their mind. Or they were either bored or pissed. Like, they were barely having it. Go rewatch the match, especially the entrances. You'll know what I'm talking about. So Shane and Vince, they're having a match, and Stephanie's at ringside to support Vince. Basically, this match was just a brawl. It was just a basic brawl. And Shane was basically dominating majority of the match. Shane ends up putting Vince on the announce table, goes for his leap of faith elbow drop from the top turnbuckle all the way through the announce table. Stephanie, though, gets involved. She's playing with Shane, like, don't do it, please, don't do it. Shane basically just says, fuck it. Jumps. And as soon as he jumps, halfway through, Stephanie pulls Vince at the last second. And Shane goes crashing through the table. While this happens, you see Trish Stratus with Linda McMahon in a wheelchair, pushing her down the ramp for a ringside view. See what a great husband Vince is. And Trish is going up to Vince. She's like, because they were a thing, but of course Stephanie McMahon during the storyline did not trust Trish. She and Trish did not like each other. And so Trish basically turned babyface. She attacked Vince. She slapped him across the face. Stephanie went out, and Trish and Stephanie got out and basically brawled and cat fought all the way through the backstage. And then Vince sees Linda McMahon in the chair. And there's this great shot. You see this great shot. He has this angry, like, psychotic look. And you hear the words. You don't hear him say it, but you hear him mouth the words towards Linda McMahon. Vince just says, "You bitch." Vince McMahon might be one of, not the greatest heel of all time, for little stuff like that. And of course, he's going towards Linda, and Mick Foley's out there as a referee. He's like telling Vince, like, don't do it. Don't go near your wife. Don't move. And he starts taking Linda McMahon away in the wheelchair, starts escorting out of the arena. And Vince grabs a chair and just clobbers Mick Foley. Mick goes down. He brings Linda back into the ring, sets up a chair in the corner inside the ring, and places Linda in the chair. And Vince is just pounding away at Shane McMahon with trash can shots, going towards Linda, saying, like, this is your fault. You want to see what happens to your boy? He's pounding the crap out of this kid. And then what happens next? The crowd. I never heard a crowd this loud. This is one of the few times I genuinely think this is one of the loudest pops you'll ever hear. When Linda McMahon rose up from her chair, that entire building stood up and erupted. It was like Stone Cold returning to help mankind win the WWE Championship against The Rock on that episode of Raw. And I always remember this too. You see Vince. He turns around with the trash can in his hand. He looks at Linda. He's shocked. But this is kind of awkward because I think what was supposed to happen was as soon as he turned around, Linda was supposed to kick him immediately right in the balls. Which she did do, but she hesitated. If you watch the match, it looks like she was like second thinking herself, like, am I supposed to do this? I don't know if that was part of the story or, if she was really hesitant of kicking her own husband in the dick by accident. But she hesitated for about 5 seconds. And Vince was just standing there like, what are you doing? Until finally she kicks him in the dick. Mick Foley gets involved, grabs Mr. Socko and puts Socko in Vince's mouth. Shane takes Vince McMahon and puts him in the bottom corner of the ring. Sets a trash can in Vince McMahon's face. Wedges it into his face and then launches himself into a coast-to-coast right into the trash can to the face of Vince and pins him. And that was basically the match. Like I said, in terms of a match itself, it was just fun. Like, this was not 5-star classic. That's not what I'm saying. If you want more of a 5-star match or a better, like, masterpiece match, go watch, like, Stone Cold and The Rock. I think Undertaker, Triple H during that WrestleMania 17, I think it's extremely underrated. You know, there's another match on WrestleMania 17 that is also going to be on this list. A little bit higher, though. Will be a lot higher. We'll get to that later. But, you know, I just love the match. You know, I've always been entertained by it. Like, there was times like I really love this match and I think, oh, it's still great. Like, it's at the bottom, like number 15. Because when I did this list, I was thinking all the matches. I originally wanted to do top 10, but I was just like, I can't leave some of these matches out. I have to be honest. People need to know, like, what are my personal opinions. So I did top 15, and this was number 15 at the very bottom. Doesn't mean this match is bad. I enjoy it. If you go in with the mindset just thinking it's just going to be a typical brawl, because this is by far one of Shane's best matches and one of Vince's best matches. Not Vince McMahon's best match. His best match is coming up later in this WrestleMania countdown. Some of you might have already guessed what that match is, but we'll wait and see if you can guess that. But number 15 is Vince versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 17. It's just a fun brawl. And the crowd popped huge when Linda rose up. That's just unheard of. Now you see Linda McMahon and the whole politics and Donald Trump and all that bullshit, and I'm not even going to get into that, but when Linda was part of WWE for that short while, when she rose up, that crowd went nuts. They went nuts. And of course, later on, Vince would get the upper hand by recruiting Stone Cold and turning him heel towards the end of the show. But this was, in my opinion, the start of the whole alliance, which was very convoluted. It's been one of WWE's known for WWE's biggest failures. Personally, I think it was a guilty pleasure, but I do understand why people get upset over that. I mean, no Goldberg or NWO, at least not yet. And no Steen, especially. We didn't get Steen until like 2015. Well, technically 2014, but he didn't compete in WWE until 2015 in WrestleMania 31. But like I said, I thought this was still a fun match. It's no masterpiece, but if you're looking for a fun little father-son brawl and a few highlighting moments, I think you'll enjoy it. As a straight fight, like I said, there's been way more violent matches. But this was just fun. I just think it was fun. It was memorable. The story was simple. And Vince was just as A-game. As this bastardized heel that you want to see get his ass kicked. He got slapped by Trish. He got kicked in the dick by Linda. Got Mr. Socko in the mouth by Mick Foley. And then Shane capped it all off with a coast to coast. And yet Vince still was standing tall at the end of the show with Stone Cold Steve Austin. So, again, very fun match. So that is number 15. I'll be back soon, hopefully by tomorrow. I'm hoping to maybe do another video or two for tomorrow, Friday, and get some more uploads on the weekend. So again, this is number 15. There'll be 14 more. So you'll get a new video either every day or not. You might get a couple like one day, or just depends on how everything goes. I guarantee you'll get more videos on the weekend. I want to try at least knock out 4 or 5 videos during this weekend. So number 14 will come tomorrow. And then I would say 13 through maybe 10, possibly on the weekend. And then Monday through Friday of next week, it'll just be randomized. So sometimes you might get a new video then. You might get 2 on someday. We'll just see what happens. My goal is to try to get all of them done before WrestleMania. If not, then it'll probably be sometime after Mania, which is fine.